Hi there. Thanks for attending the Family Self-Sufficiency Program orientation. Please save your questions for the end of the presentation. The Family Self-Sufficiency Program is a no-cost, voluntary initiative designed to assist Housing Choice Voucher participants and their families in achieving economic independence. The Family Self-Sufficiency Program is open to individuals with Section 8 vouchers throughout Santa Clara County. As long as you're committed to working towards self-sufficiency, you're welcome to join the program. The FSS contract usually spans from 5 to 8 years. The program consists of two components, case management and the escrow account. Upon joining, you'll be assigned a case manager whose primary objective is to support you in successfully completing the program. Participants will receive guidance in identifying employment and personal goals, understanding their strengths and weaknesses, and addressing barriers to employment. We'll assist you in setting personal goals related to finance, education, and employment, and connect you with community resources and services to help achieve those goals. Regarding the escrow account, upon program enrollment, the Housing Authority will establish a savings account for you, known as the escrow account. The Housing Authority will deposit money into this account when your rent increase is associated with a wage increase. As mentioned previously, the initial component of the FSS program is case management. The Housing Authority has partnered with Life Skills Training and Educational Programs, Life Steps, to offer essential case management and referral services. These services aim to assist existing FSS program participants, focusing on supporting individuals in achieving successful program completion. Our dedicated case managers will reach out to you at least once a month to ensure you are staying on track and to provide assistance in accessing local resources and services to help you reach your goals. Additionally, we will conduct an annual review to assess your current goals and establish new objectives. All our meetings can take place either over the phone or in person at two offices in San Jose, one in Gilroy, and one in Santa Clara. In some instances, case managers may also arrange meetings with clients at a location that is mutually convenient, such as the client's home, a library, or a nearby Starbucks. While Life Steps handles case management, the Housing Authority manages the escrow account. This secure savings account is tied to increases in the household's wages during the contract period. Although the interest is minimal, it's important to note that the account does accrue interest, and it is entirely tax-free. Now, let me explain how the escrow account operates. Let's consider an example with Nancy Hall as the head of the household. When she joins the FSS program, her baseline annual income is $23,400, with zero earned income, and her rent portion is $585. After a year, Nancy secures a part-time job, increasing her baseline annual income to $40,000. Consequently, her rent rises to $1,000 per month. This marks the beginning of her escrow, with the deposit being the difference between her current rent and the rent at the contract start, that is, $1,000 minus $585 equals $415. Monthly, while paying $1,000 to her landlord, the Housing Authority will contribute $415 to her escrow account. After 12 months, she will have accumulated $4,980 in her escrow. Let's move on to the second year of the contract. Nancy now secures a full-time job, bringing her current annual income to $75,000. Consequently, her rent portion increases to $1,875 per month. The monthly escrow deposit will now be $1,290, calculated by subtracting the initial $585 from her current rent. After another 12 months, she will have saved an additional $15,480, adding to the $4,980 from the first year. In 2 years, her escrow account will accumulate to $20,460. There are a few important points to remember. Any changes in your income must be reported to your housing specialist within 15 days of the change. Typically, your housing specialist will wait until the next re-examination to adjust your rent after you report income changes. However, if you want your escrow to start, you must request a rent adjustment. Rent is calculated the same way as it is currently. Your rent portion is based on 30% of your total gross income. You won't contribute any of your own money to the account. Your housing assistance doesn't cease upon completing or volunteering off the FSS program. You can graduate from the FSS program before the contract ends if you've fulfilled the requirements, which I'll discuss shortly. You can also designate another adult family member as the FSS head of household. After 12 months from the contract's effective date, you can port out to a different county's housing authority. Here are the requirements for successful completion. 1. The FSS head of household or designated family member must actively seek and maintain suitable employment. 2. Completion of goals and activities outlined in the individual goal plan, which your FSS case manager will assist in setting up. 3. No one in the household can receive cash aid at the time of FSS program completion. While you may be receiving food stamps, SSI, and Medi-Cal, cash aid must cease before the conclusion of your FSS contract. 4. All family members must comply with the terms of the lease and maintain good standing with the housing authority. Once you finish the FSS program, if there's any money in the escrow, the housing authority will issue a check to you within 3 to 6 months. You are free to use this money for any purpose, but we strongly recommend considering putting it towards a down payment for your house or placing it in a savings account. That concludes our orientation. If you're interested in enrolling in the FSS program, please inform us so we can send you the release of authorization to sign. This release permits the housing authority to share your information with LifeSteps. Our case manager will then contact you to arrange an enrollment meeting, during which we'll conduct a needs assessment, sign the participation contract, and create an individual training services plan. Feel free to reach out with any questions or concerns. You can contact Dory Sisson or Queenie No using the email addresses or phone numbers displayed on the screen.